there's plenty of sweet food back there. Help yourselves. We're going to get started with the men. The WSC champion men. We've got, I believe, 6 sophomores that are going to be moving on and making us proud, graduating and matriculating and doing all the stuff that is important to me. Obviously, winning the conference championship was a big deal, but more importantly for me is if they graduate, they get their degrees, and that's what we're all about here. I'm going to introduce the Western State Conference Coach of the Year, and that's Coach Ross Greaney.
All right, I'm going to make this fast because whether or not Jose Revelo's sister really has a birthday party, he's got to go, and he's our captain. Also, I just know from people screaming at me after last year's awards banquet and the year before that to hurry up, not talk so long. So this is going to be over soon, so just bear with me. Before I get into it, I would just like to say one thing to everybody. My assistant coach, Brian, I'm going to need you up here to help me give out the awards. But before you come up, I just want everyone to hear, Brian and I have coached together 4 seasons now. In those 4 seasons, we've been champions 3. In those 4 seasons, 14, 14, 14, and then this year 16, because that had Santa Monica. That's 58 total games. We've lost 2 games. In those 4 seasons, Brian and I have been listed or voted or whatever Coach of the Year. So Brian, this year what I have for you is a gift certificate to a nice restaurant in Camarillo where you can bring your wife, because I know it's like a lot of you know, wife time. And also, I would like you to take the medal that we get for being all whatever conference coaches. So it says 2012 Coach of the Year, and Brian and I are a great team because as crazy as I am is as stable as he is. And anybody that has seen us in action knows that's exactly true. And also, his defensive and goalkeeping coaching is unbelievable. I wish Osvaldo was here today. He would have gotten an award. But now you guys know, I mean, look how many people are here from our team. What, 10? Now you know how hard it is for me to actually put a team together. So I would like to thank the girls team for being more and more awesome every year, because it makes it easier for me to recruit. Because like as you guys go walking across campus, like, yeah, she just plays on the girls team. Oh, really? Oh, and all of a sudden, Moore Park starts to look like not an option anymore. So awesome. And also, Bill, thank you so much for all of your help, because I know you also are involved in the youth community and coach Westlake boys and stuff. So all the time that you help me know about players really helps us put together a good team. So thank you. It's great having you here. Next, before I get to the players, the behind-the-scenes staff. Everybody that helps, I have a variety of gift certificates to the same restaurant. My buddy's restaurant isn't doing so good, but it's super nice, and so I thought, hey, I'm going to get you guys in there, and maybe you guys can become patrons, you know. Anyway, Carolyn, our awesome dean. Okay, thank you so much, Carolyn. I know I'm a pain. I'm a pain. I know I am like not.
You are a pain.
I'm a pain, but okay. I appreciate everything you do for the program and for the guys. Caroline goes above and beyond. I've been in this district for a while as a student, athlete, and then a assistant coach and a head coach, and I've never seen a dean do this much ever. She knows everybody by name. She's helping them all go. The next thing, Everardo. Come on up, dude. Everardo, you guys know him from EOPS? He'll go and I'll go to the same restaurant at the same time, okay? Okay, you're awesome. And thanks for everything, for all you do. Your program makes our program. Thanks. Debbie Talili, come on up. I know you never get to come to these things. And here, yours. And of course, Jonas. In case you guys don't know, I'm always in trouble. So I'm just trying to bribe my way out of next year's trouble already. Also, I have some other ones. Chris Schmidt. This is for Sports Relay. I'm glad you're still here. Yeah. Was that inappropriate? Sorry, that wasn't appropriate. That's on tape. Edit that out, okay? Okay, Alan, our incredible new assistant coach, really took over from Rick. And Tony D, this is actually for you. Tony D, go to Sports Chalet and get some warm gear, because like you see Tony always shivering there holding the camera. Or at least I see it when I'm watching and holding shake. No, I'm just kidding. Tony, you do an excellent job, and having the guys watch their own stuff, I mean, it makes them 10 times better player without Brian and I ever say anything. And then being able to put the video on YouTube and send it off to any college coach, I mean, it makes it so easy to get recruited. It's like, I mean, you've just changed our program. You've taken us from the junior college to a Division I, professional level. So thank you so much. Mark, my man Mark, get up here. No matter where I go in life, I am bringing Mark with me. This guy is the king. He sprints with water. He comes, he's organized, he's got all the facts. You ask him, when's the game? When's Real Madrid playing Barcelona? April 12th, 4 p.m. He knows right away, he knows what's going on, he knows everything. And nobody gets madder when we miss a shot or lose a game or something. You see, stuff, angry. At least 3 times in my life, I've been just sitting there going, well, we could have scored that, but okay. And then next thing I see Brian sprinting off the bench to grab Mark and pull him back. To like save him from attacking the referee. Or even worse, attacking one of our forwards who missed the chance. Mark cares more than any of us, and all of us care so much, and it's just amazing to see him. And Mark, the one thing I say to everybody at the beginning of the year is just act like Mark. Show up on time or early, and just care way too much. And that's all you got to do, and we'll be successful. And Mark, you're an example of that every single day. And you were here again early. You're one of the first ones here. I don't know where the rest of the guys are, but this is for you, man. Okay, that brings us to the next part, the awards. We have, let's see how it works. We got 2 different types of awards. We have the, I'm going to get up over here. Okay, you get a certificate of participation to prove that you were actually a part of this whole mess, in case, your accent or your attitude or the way you play soccer can't be proof enough. But you will get a certificate of participation. I hope you're proud of it. This year, as you may or may not have known, we did win the conference. We had a whole bunch of all-conference selections, and we also had a Player of the Year selection, and we also had a few other awesome things happen to us. Okay, we have a bitter taste in our mouth left over from the loss in the playoffs. But all I can do at this point is just ask everybody associated with our program to take that bitter taste in their mouth and wake up every morning and use that pain to make our team next year better. Or if you're a sophomore, make your life better by getting on the phone or getting the application in or doing whatever it takes to go off to your university. Or whatever it is, just take that little bit of pain from when we didn't give our best effort in the rain that day to make your life better so you can go on and represent us, right? My goal is still for one of you guys to come back here after having played in a bunch of World Cups and stuff like that and like buy us some lights or maybe at least pay for some uniforms so I don't got to be slinging strawberry shortcake at the Strawberry Festival. See, okay, yeah, we're not, we're greedy. We want some help, okay, but it starts with you guys actually making something of yourselves, and that's the whole point of this whole program. So the awards are just recognition for a small step that you've done something right along the way. But we would like our grades to be better. And this year, I think we actually had some players on the team, led by Jose, our captain, and then Max, another sophomore, who really have flipped the switch on what we think we are as academical, as students. So, Jose, you're on your way someplace. Max is on his way someplace, and everybody else is on their way someplace. Now, where should we start? What do you think? Where should we start for the awards? I'm not going to bring people up and talk because it's not going to take too much time, but I'll just, oh, and there's one more thing. You will be allowed to say something. Now is your chance if you'd like to say something. So let's start with the freshmen and just give them a certificate of participation, and maybe you can tell me if you got anything else. Okay, Luis Viveros, your name is first. We're going backwards from there. Luis, this year I asked him to not just defend and sweep and save everybody's mistakes, but I also asked him to pass out of the bag. It took a little while, and then you became one of the best defenders in the league. Okay, you were awesome. This is your certificate of participation, and also, did you get it? Yeah, you did. You got all conference second team, voted on by the coaches. Okay, so you're back next year, right? Oh, okay. I got to renegotiate your contract. Wait, what I said? Edit. Okay. More tri-tip for him. Let him take it home. Okay. Corey, get up here, Corey. Playmaker, our number 10, our schemer, the guy is always thinking of new ways to make assists and make goals. I'm not sure on your stats this year, but you had like 3 or 4 goals and like a bunch of assists, am I right? Like a lot of assists, okay? And you were a playmaker, and we are also happy that you got our conference honorable mention this year. I'm really looking forward to working with you in the off season and getting you as fit as possible, because if you don't know, Corey came back from ACL surgery, 18 months, 2 years ago. So for have him playing as well as he did this year, and any time that I left him out, we suffered offensively, and so having you in there was huge. But I think after an entire more year of us working together, Luis, then you will really be doing awesome. Okay, and next year's going to be like your year to take over, and I think you can only go higher up the all conference list. All right, great job. Okay. Osvaldo. Osvaldo, I'm going to say something about Osvaldo because even though he's not here for God knows what reason, he's probably at home playing FIFA with his brother. I hope, anyway. He's not in some kind of trouble. But Osvaldo was our only goalie this year. Like I was saying earlier, Miguel, who was the other goalie, Osvaldo ended up being our only goalie. We made it the entire year with one goalie. There was 2 games where Tommy had to go in, and then Tommy proved to be better than Osvaldo, so it actually made it to be a very difficult choice on what to do with the next game. Should I start Osvaldo, work with Brian, or just go with the natural Tommy? Anyway, I stuck with Osvaldo, but Osvaldo gets a certificate of participation. I think he's going to go on to a 4-year school. He was amazing for us. And what else did he get? Oh, he got first team all conference. So you guys can be proud, the defense especially can be proud of their goalkeeper and the stats that he put up, some of the best stats in the state. And also I think Brian should be proud of all that. The whole group of you guys, I don't really know what goes on back there on defense, but you guys did awesome. And I think we led in the least amount of goals in the whole conference. And we won so many games this year, 1-0, which really is what gave us all those points to go up. And anyway, that's about Osvaldo. Let's keep going with Steve. Esteban, is your middle name Jay? Stevie J. Trujillo. Oh man, get up here. Stevie, like all the guys I've known for quite some time, and he has always been a good player. I never knew exactly what position. This year we needed you at center back, and you played almost every minute. Am I right? And I could always count on hearing Steve, come on guys, and pumping people up, and he was just so excited for any kind of battle, You want me to take out somebody, Ross? You want me to take a free kick, Ross? You want me to step up and handle that, Ross, because the offense aren't doing it? You want me to go back and do that? You want me to take the goal kick? You want me to take the corner kick? You want me to do the header? Anything that had to be happening, Stevie wanted to be in the middle of it, okay? You are an excellent soccer player, and just like Corey, just like Luis, someone we're going to build this program around. And next year we're going to be talking about how you're going off to different schools, stuff like that. So we're really lucky that you're here. And yeah, the conference coaches voted you second team all conference. All right? So well done. Congratulations. I need to get all you freshmen going to be sophomores like alarm clocks so we can all be up at 7 o'clock. Practice starts at 7 in the spring. Actually 7:30, but you see what happens when we tell them the right time. Girls, what time do you guys practice in the spring? You don't even know, huh? You're as bad as they are. Hey, Bill, what time do you guys practice? What? 9:30. Oh, 9. Well, then you're going to be gone by the time. There's no motivation for our guys to show up. Carolyn, is it too late to change the class? Just kidding. All right. Roger, get up here. Come on, Roger. Here we go. Roger had an up and down season. To be honest, By the time he got healthy, he had an ankle problem in the beginning. I had my team set, and he was coming in at different times and not getting as much playing time as he deserved. He's a good player. Every time I see him playing in any leagues for any teams, you are stepping up and leading their defense, overlapping, making assists, doing all kinds of great stuff. And I know you're going to do that for us next year. I'm looking forward to working with you the entire offseason, just like the rest of the guys, and really having you come back and just be stronger than ever, and leading us to another championship. Okay, thank you for everything, and it's players like Roger that help us because they keep coming regardless of what's going on. It's no nonsense. So I appreciate your contribution, Roger. Thank you. Okay. Now next, Salvador Orozco. Get up here. Now, anyone who doesn't know, Chava, okay, Chava grows up. He's been at Oxnard College. His dad's worked out here all the time, you know. I've known him since he was 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I'm thinking, I can work with this kid, let him on the fields, show him how to pass, show him do some stuff, you know, whenever I can. And then, you know, when he finishes from Challenge High School, he'll come and be one of my best players. Except for he goes to Santa Barbara. Santa Barbara City College. But what he actually did over there was he sabotaged that whole team, and we ended up winning the championship that year. And so everything worked perfectly. And then he came back here and helped us win a championship. So we got 2 championships out of you. You were awesome. So at first I thought you were a traitor, and then all of a sudden you turned out to be my best friend and my favorite player of all time, okay? And hopefully your little brother, as he becomes like the new Chava, he can do the same thing. We can send him to Santa Barbara or like Mission. They're starting to get better than Santa Barbara. Maybe you can like sabotage their program. I don't know how much money your dad has for gas to get him up and down, but no, I prefer him to just come to Oxnard. Okay, we'll figure out how to win on our own. Having you this year was excellent. Like it should have been last year, or the year before, or whatever it was. You were awesome. You could speed a pass forever. He's like the Mexican David Beckham. He could pass for miles, miles, and miles. And whenever we needed you, you stepped in and were awesome. And then we needed you more and more and more as the season went on. I wasn't even expecting you to play until you told me in August you weren't going to go to Cal Lutheran. So I hope you take this talent. I hope you work with us in the spring and get even fitter. And I hope you move on and play wherever you want. Because I know you've just got your AA degree, right? Yeah. Finished the AA degree and eligible to go wherever. So we're here to help you. All these people, we're here to help you, and we want you to go everywhere. And we want you to represent Oxnard when you do it, not Santa Barbara. This is Pico. Everyone knows Pico. Pico, just to say something about Pico real quick. This guy got up at 5 in the morning in Fillmore, drove to his work in Oxnard, got off of work on Mondays and went to school, then drove straight back all the way to Fillmore. Then got up Tuesday, same thing. Then he came to soccer. Then he did Wednesday, same thing. Then he went to class. Then he did Thursday, same thing. Went to practice and then class and then home. Then Fridays got up to the same thing. Then he got to work. After work he went to the game, and then Saturdays he got up, he did more work. Sundays he got up, he did more work, and then he came to practice on Sunday night. That was his life for the entire season. And if we hadn't had him, I don't know what we would have done, because we needed him after Jesse Tamayo ended up being ineligible. So he took Jesse's spot, and it was contributions from him and also his partner in crime, Brawley, who had the exact same schedule. I don't think you guys realize that they were getting up this early, and when we were getting home, we were thinking it was a long way to have to drive back to our house in Oxnard or wherever. They were taking well, Brawley actually moved to Oxnard because he's a little bit smarter than Pico, but not grade-wise, but just he got lucky. Anyway, Pico would drive back to Piru. So that's far, okay? So I wish he was here because he definitely deserves some recognition. Did he get anything?
Oh, yeah. Honorable mention.
Okay, he got honorable mention, all conference. So he definitely deserved that. He deserved more than that. And he's a fiery character and was great to have around. So if he can keep up the same schedule, which he's trying to sign up for classes. Hopefully he'll be back again next year. If not, maybe he'll get on the max plan and be back 2 years from now or 3 years from now. But we'll keep working with him, and I'm just really happy about him. So I wanted to say something about him. Also, Victor, I don't know if he's going to make it. He's missed 2 straight of these. Victor works with his family and cleans office buildings every evening. So after practice, we would all go home and have some food, do some homework, and go to sleep. And Victor, what does he do? He goes with his family and goes and cleans office buildings until like midnight or whatever. And still carries a 4.0. And it still is like, Carolyn is shocked to see his transcript because he's taking like advanced calculus. And hopefully, and he got first team all conference because he was just awesome in the center midfield for us. He never got beat. He was so huge. The goal to clinch the conference was the one where Victor stole the ball, dribbled, played with Max, got it back from Max, played it perfectly to Travis, and Travis put it away. Remember that day? Like that was Victor playing on a hurt ankle. That was Victor playing on a hurt knee. That was Victor playing after working all night at freaking some office building someplace cleaning it. I mean, that's serious. I don't even know what to say. The kids should be here, and we should be celebrating that achievement. All I can tell you is that we'll be watching Victor on TV like we watched this year David Torres on TV, because Victor is really close to certain going to do the engineering program at Santa Clara University on a scholarship, because I've talked to the assistant coach a couple times about it. So his efforts are paying off, thank God. Maybe he's up there in the video at some point, but everybody knows Victor, and I just wanted to mention him even though he's not here. Okay, Roque Magana, come on up. Just going down the list. So, Roque. We had 3 Maganas this year, Renee, Roque, and Victor, and 1 showed up. You have been awesome, okay, all season. Luckily, you are not eligible to transfer yet, so we're going to get you back for 1 season. 1 more season, should be a sophomore. I know that's selfish of me, but you were so immense for our program this year. You stepped in right next to Victor. You could go defensive mid. You would step up and score goals. You'd make assists. You made perfect passes. And we really missed you on the days where your leg was hurt and you were gone. You were such a warrior that you wanted to play through injury, and I think even through the last few weeks after the season, you've still been injured because you played hurt in those playoffs and last games. This year, you got second team all-conference voted on by the coaches. They all recognize what you did for our program, and I think you're on your way to another all-conference first team type of thing, and leading us to more success next year. Thanks for everything. Well done. Renee Magana, second leading scorer in our team, and I think he's going to Hawaii on a scholarship. He's got his degree already because he's already been going here. And he got first team all conference. Okay, so everyone knows Renee. He played up top, and I asked him to go to the wing a little bit, and Gustavo didn't make grades, and he did that awesome too. So I won't keep talking about people, but Renee, great job for Renee. Julio, come on up, Julio. Julio. All right. Julio was supposed to go to Taft. I don't know why, it's disgusting up there, but you ended up down here somehow because he's a Lopez, and he's related to Chewy Lopez, who's one of the legends who played at Oxnard College here. You guys all know Chewy. He was Conference Player of the Year, and he was All-County Player of the Year, like the Hall of Fame thing. And Chewy tells me, I got this player. His name's Julio. You got to get him. And I'm like, Chewy, I got my team already. And he's like, no, you got to get this guy. And he was right. Julio was an excellent addition to our team. I think he hadn't played soccer a little bit. He used to be on very high-level teams back in Lancaster and stuff. But once you found your legs, you were like a player that I needed to get in the team and was always trying to figure out a way. I couldn't always because we had a set thing going that was working, but I'm hoping that with a few months together over the off-season, you will take over our team and lead it the way you're capable of. The way Chewy said you were and the way I've seen glimpses of and the way all the guys tell me I should let you. And so if you can do that and lead our team, we'll be going places next year, okay? So you didn't play enough, unfortunately, to get that all-conference, but I think next year you'll be right there on the first team, okay? Thanks for everything. Charlie, get up here. Charlie. Bill said one of his girls was a model, I think. Are you doing a little modeling too?
Not anymore.
Oh, not anymore, okay. Charlie was like a professional musician, toured all around the place, and then decided to come back to school. And we were lucky enough to be the beneficiaries of that. We got a great player, a great student athlete, a great person. The problem was you came so late that I didn't know who you were as a player, I didn't know what position you were, and it was hard to break in. But you never missed practice. You were always there on time. You always were at every game. You were always ready to go. And if I said go in for 2 minutes, no problem. Go in for half an hour, a whole half, a full game. It didn't matter. You were always working. I said warm up, and you were working as hard as you can. And what I'd like to tell you is that in our experience, it's players like you, more so than the talented players, that make the championship. And why is that? Because when I have a bunch of players who all expect to play all the time and they don't understand the meaning of team and squad, then they kill each other and all of a sudden no one starts performing and no one's happy. And so I know it wasn't the best role for you this year, but you contributed to the championship as much as or more than everybody else who may have gotten more playing time. And the same thing goes for you as it goes for the other freshmen. If you can come work with me every morning, all the way through the off season, and you will be a starter and be the guy in the field running it next year. Okay? Thank you for your maturity and thank you for all of your efforts. Okay, Tommy Cruz. Tommy Cruz. Tommy, you got to be one of my favorite players that's ever played for Oxnard College. I mean, I've never seen a guy, okay? I'm not going to tell him about the time you cried in the game. But that was like, that hit me right here, man. I mean, I swear, because I feel the pain. We tied Santa Monica. We could have beat Santa Monica. Things didn't go right. I didn't put in Tommy. The reason I didn't put in Tommy is because Tommy sprints all over the place. He goes for it. He never stops trying. He's got like lungs like a cross-country runner, and he's just... And what would have happened? Our team would have followed you, and unfortunately, we had gotten 2 red cards, and we only had 8 other players in the field at that time, and they couldn't follow you. They were dead. And that was the decision I made, to leave Renee in and just stay safe and take at least the tie and maybe get something else. I made the decision to not get you in there. Although having you in there and having you run as much as 3 other people may have resulted in a goal. But I had to make that choice. And then I turned around and I talked to Tommy afterwards because he was so upset. And through the conversation, what I learned was that what mattered to him more was that we had dropped 2 points in the race for first place, and we had dropped power points in the standings more than what had happened to him. And that's what he cared about. And I was blown away because I've just never seen that. And in the same way that Charlie was there every single time, every day, on time, no problems, you were there on time every time. And people don't realize that you have your own landscaping business. And you and your brother are going around and making Oxnard and everywhere else as beautiful as it can be. And people don't realize that you're a professional chef and you're working at Teflon Steakhouse. People don't realize that you're going around and you work as a taco guy. And you show up and you're making the tacos, which I'm still going to hire you for my house, but it's illegal, I guess, what you're doing. After you graduate, you're coming to my house and I'm having tacos for all my friends. But don't put the hot sauce because we're gringos. But I'm just telling you that besides all that, once you get this education and you take the charisma and passion you have for the game and apply it to anything in life, I mean, I'm telling you, you're going to be president of Mexico. Seriously, I'm going to move to Mexico and I'm going to live somewhere because you're going to clean up Mexico. You could do something like that. Anyway, I don't know if you're going to have the time and ability to come back next year and play for us. If it works, then hallelujah. If it doesn't, then maybe 2014. But you were unbelievable. Okay? And we have 2 awards. Your certificate of participation. I think you still had a bunch of goals, like what did Gabby call you? Tommy goal? That you go in for 2 minutes and you, per minute, Tommy led the league and scored. Tommy's in 5 minutes, goal. Tommy, I don't know if anyone on our team even had more shots than you. I don't know how your work rate gets you places. And because of all of these things, okay, because of all of your contributions and because of your attitude and because you're an example of what it means to play for our team, we, coaches, and I'd say everybody if I would have had a vote, but how can I have a vote? I can't even get them here to see girls and free food. How can I have a vote? How am I going to have a vote? But I'm pretty sure everybody would have agreed with this unanimously, that you deserve the Condor Award that we give every year for the best team player. The person that cares more about the team and the result of the team and everybody else on the team than himself. And I don't think anyone in the history of our program has ever deserved this award more. Okay, so thank you for everything. We'll keep going. We're almost done. We're almost there. Ulysses. Okay, let's get Jose El Arevalo up here, because I know you got to go and this imaginary sister and her imaginary birthday is coming up quickly. I swear to God. Okay, I'm pretty sure that it's not a birthday party for your sister. It's more like a beer pong party for you and everybody. A dinner, I'm sure, and yeah, I'm sure someone will be sitting underneath the ping pong table. Jose was our captain, and he led our team in different ways than a usual captain would. He led by example, he led through friendship, he led through communication, he was there all the time. And you know, the biggest problem we had at the end of the season was not the other teams, it was the fact that you were injured. when you had the stress fracture in your foot or whatever was going on, that killed us. Because anybody who knows our team knows that Jose, wherever we needed someone to be excellent and kind of stop there where their attack was coming from, but also contribute to the attack, you went there. And all through the season, you went there. And unfortunately, we didn't have you when we needed you at the very end, but luckily we had you for most of the season. If anyone knows a player named Javier Zanetti, plays for Inter Milan, the kind of player, that's what I see like Jose. He goes anywhere the team needs him, and Javier Zanetti has played like 400 times, 500, it's like a record number. When you came to the program a long time ago, I didn't know what to do with you, but I'm so happy that you made it. The coaches voted you second team all conference. It's not enough. No one recognizes the contribution that a player like you ever puts in. No one recognizes how much that you do for the team. I'd like Stevie to come up here for a second, and the reason for that is, that stuff? The reason for that is, Stevie, I have picked to be our captain for next year. And because of that, Jose, we have given you the Team Captain Award. The Team Captain Award is pretty important to me. And why is that? Because we've had excellent captains here. We've had Gabby Gonzalez, Sam Nellis. All the way down, we could go over each. Ivan Mirkovic and Dago last year, because Dago figured out how to speak Serbian. We've had excellent captains, and you have matched the standards and even exceeded the standards of them. And so, without your leadership, we couldn't have gone anywhere. And by getting knocked out in the playoffs, it almost proved how much we missed you when we weren't there. Okay? So thank you for everything. And Stevie, because you're the new captain, and hopefully you'll continue the tradition of Jose, I'd like you to give that to Jose. Let's go with Jose Arevelo's brother, which was, I think it's the first time ever we've had someone and his brother play. You guys are all like brothers. You seem like they grew up together and everyone knows each other, but this time we've actually had real blood brothers. So, Estanilo Arevelo, come on up. So, the Santa Clara University coach called me about Victor and about Estanilo, and I was talking to him, and I was trying to explain Stan's contribution. Now, everyone else calls him Connie, Estanilo. I call him Stan because I'm not so good with that pronunciation. But anyway, this coach, when I was talking to him, I said, Stan scored 2 goals, but was our second leading scorer. And I tried to explain how could he be our second leading scorer. Well, he had more saves off the line behind Osvaldo, which count as goals because he basically saved the other team from scoring. So on the plus minus, it's the same thing. He had 10 or 11 of those huge saves throughout the year. If you guys remember all the way back, we can check out all the videos, we could count. And so if that's 12 plus 2, that's around 14, or then you're the second leading scorer on the team. And when I said that, I said, well, I came up with that because I was trying to improve Stan's confidence, because he is the type of player who is always expecting more and desiring more from himself and wants to be even better. No matter how good he plays, he's expecting more and more and more. And I want to tell you, I don't think we could have got any more out of you this year. I mean, you pushed forward. You're just like Corey coming back 2 years ago from an ACL injury, which is basically what kept you here and not going straight to Division I. And you were monumental for us. And I don't know what we're going to do next year without your leadership and your brother's leadership. You guys were special, and I hope that this is an experience that you both will remember and take with you forever. You can always look back and go, well, you know, in the championship, and it set us off on the path to excellent things. And I hope you guys go someplace and maybe play each other or play with the same team against each other. Stan, you were voted first team all conference, which you totally deserved. And that's not easy to do considering you're a right fullback. And they usually just give it to the forward and stuff who have the stats. So congratulations. And like Jose, you should give that to him because you are sophomore, give it to the captain. Jose means a lot to me. We've known each other for a long, long time. Okay, and he's done so much for the program and to make me become a better coach, I communicate through my captain all the time. He finds out stuff and tells me what's going on, and good or bad, I've got to hear it. And so I just like you up here for the last few moments of your responsibility. You know what I mean? Travis, glad you could make it, dude. You almost missed out on the food. Come on over here. I didn't recognize you. You look like a sunburned sheep. Just kidding, man. Okay, so Travis, what can I say about Travis that people already know? Okay, let's just get straight into the thick of it. First of all, Travis is first team all-conference, and there's your participation thing. Second of all, Travis, was voted by the coaches to be the conference player of the year. So that was an excellent achievement because it was a lot of I know I'm going through this quickly because that's not even the most amazing award or recognition that you got this year. You also, I don't have a certificate to prove it, but I got the email and the phone call from the Coaches Association that you have been selected as our first ever, Oxnard College's first ever first team All-American. All-American, that means like everybody, All-American. So they pick a team, they got 11 people, they got 15 people, they got whatever they have on it, and you're on it. So everyone's going to go, yeah, okay, heard about that school, Travis Bowen, Oxnard. I heard about them. Not really, but now they will, and I hope you're the first of many, man, because to me, there'll also maybe be other awards because they have the all-county male collegiate athlete of the world, of the county, and people in the media, they vote on that, so it's going to come down, I think, to you and some guy from Ventura College who's on their football team who did good this year, and you deserve that also. But I'm trying to get these awards out of the way because I'd just like to tell you and everybody else that your biggest contribution to our team and our program this year was not the stuff that made you all-conference player of the year, all-American, and maybe even all-county player of the year for all the colleges, athlete of the year, not just for soccer. Your contribution as a mature leader whose examples show everybody else just exactly what could be done. Some people, they lead, and they try and tell people like, come on, and no one follows. There's just not that level of trust. But somehow, when you got here, you established a connection with every single one of us, from Jonas all the way down to all the players, and you knew all the teachers, and you knew everybody, and you just took this whole school, the athletic department and everything, and just brought it to a level of seriousness and importance that all of a sudden everybody was into what was going on in the team. Everybody was going, how is Travis doing? What's going on? Is he injured? Still, when's he going to be back? And I've just never seen that type of care displayed by so many people. And it all comes down to you, and then what you did for the players made them even more serious and professional. It was just more than I could ask for. I convinced Travis to come here when he had scholarship offers to a bunch of other places, in lesser beautiful settings than Oxnard. I convinced him because I said, you need to come and learn to play like our guys play. They don't win because they have the power, the speed, the strength. They win because they got the brains. They figure out where to go, and they figure out what's going on, they figure out the other team, and they get through them up here. And I think it's been proven a good plan. And I think that you have grown just by knowing the guys and knowing this community as much as I did last year. I think you have grown just as much, and now you're on your way to wherever you want to go. I think you've learned who you are, and I think that these awards are only the beginning for a lot of awards coming your way. And I'm so excited that you could be a part of our team this year. I'm so excited for wherever you go in the future. And all of us here, everyone at this school only wants to see you succeed and do awesome in anything you do. And we will just be right there behind you going, yeah, I know that guy. And so thank you so much for coming and sacrificing and coming down here and choosing us over everything. Anything we can do for you in the future, just let us know. And congratulations on an amazing Okay, last but not least, Max Madrigal. Come on up, Max. Okay. Max. The reason I left Max the last, okay, is because just like all the guys, okay, we are going to be friends for life. And there was a time when we weren't going to be friends for life. Yeah, you hated my, yeah. And we were, I couldn't talk to Max unless I talked to Jose. Jose, tell Max to come to practice. No, he doesn't want to come. And everyone would talk to him. And we had, and I wanted leadership, I wanted maturity, I wanted him to be everything he could possibly be, and he wanted to do whatever it was. I don't know, improvise, be creative, do your own thing, and basically operate with all the talent you had, but without the discipline that somewhere along the way you have found. And this whole program, this whole college, this whole everything is all built on players like you. And every season I find a number 8 person who seems to just embody everything that we're trying to do here. And fortunately for us, you were that guy this year. Thank God, because going into the season, I wasn't sure what was going to happen. Honestly, I didn't know Travis was going to come. We only got him coming at the very last minute. Jesse then ended up ineligible. Tavo, who had been working with the whole time, ended up ineligible. I didn't know that Tommy was going to come. I didn't know what was going on. And there was a lot of doubts and everything. And we went into the first game not knowing what was going on and everything like that. And into the first game, we went into the last few minutes still tied 0-0 against a team who was not bad, but they just were playing all defense. We couldn't find a way. And you came through. An individual effort at the very end of the game. And from then on, you led us all the way. And then every time we needed an assist, you provided a quality, perfect pass to someone who couldn't miss. And every time we needed a goal, when we went up to Hancock, the day that they voted Prop 30, thank God they voted Prop 30, or else this would be a whole other effort, you Jonas. Remember Prop 30? Remember that how we worded it? Well, who stepped up at that time? Renee crossed it over, and somehow Max, from the top of the 18, volleys a shot that no goalkeeper ever will get into the top left-hand corner. And Hancock was so shocked by that goal that they gave us 2 more, and Travis scored 2 more just right after that. Like, they were done. And it was 3-0 at halftime. And it was performances like that all the way in the middle of those 2 things, from the start all the way to the end, that led us all to wherever you wanted to go. And you gave everything in that playoff game, and your legs gave out, you were getting tired, but you gave everything the entire season. And I'm positive that if you give that same effort, with that same spirit, and that same creativity that you have, you will go wherever you want to go in life. And just like Travis, I'm super excited to see where you go. And Oxnard is super excited to support you wherever you go. And so the coaches, of course, because you led the league in assists, not just the team, you led the league in assists. You had more assists than anybody. And we're not the best at counting assists. Clay only comes every other game, so I don't know how many we missed. But you had a bunch of assists. And they were perfect assists. And then you made all the runs, you made everything. And even, I think you could have played better in the center a lot, but you stepped out to the wing because we didn't have anybody else there. And I just can't speak enough of your contribution. The coaches voted you first team all conference. So congratulations. And the final award, okay, for team MVP. I think if we had voted, to think of all the guys nodding their head right now, they all would agree that Max, his way of leadership is just through getting to know every single guy and bringing the best out of them. And you took us everywhere we wanted to go, and it was more your team this year than mine, for sure. I mean, you took the team and you went places, and you only needed me to check in and see where it could be happening. And I think you could take any team and do the same thing because of your strength and personality. It's been a pleasure knowing you, Max, and I can't wait to see you go and follow Chavo at Cal State East Bay, or wherever you go. All of these guys who've gone on. Johnny brought David to Santa Clara. David is bringing Estanilo and Victor to Santa Clara, and everybody else is going to follow in that same way if you go to Cal State East Bay. Anyway, I could keep talking, but people want to get out of here. You were awesome, Max. Unbelievable. I'm so glad I know you. thank you all for your contribution. Have a good New Year's and a good Christmas, and we'll see everybody back here doing the same thing again next year.